Sadly, most people treat Bitcoin like it's a lottery ticket. But for the grown-ups in the room, it's a structural piece of a multi-generational wealth engine. So you've spent years stacking Bitcoin, but you're still terrified of selling and paying 20+% capital gains, or worse, watching your yield products evaporate in a bear market. So I've spent the last 13 years in the Bitcoin space refining a hybrid approach that combines both self-custody with strategic yield and tax-free liquidity. So today we're covering the 3-pillar grown-up Bitcoin strategy. So this includes on-chain Bitcoin as a foundation, the income vocabulary that you're going to want to develop for ETFs and preferred stocks, and the buy, borrow, die strategy safety zone once you get to a place where you start borrowing against your Bitcoin. So by the end of today's video, you're going to know exactly where you are along this continuum and exactly what you want to develop next. So pillar 1 is this on-chain foundation. So you can't build a castle on rented land. Self-custody or hybrid self-custody, like we've been talking about in the last few videos, is the grown-up prerequisite for this. This is your vault. Having, self-custody or hybrid self-custody is the vault of your overarching wealth. Most Bitcoiners are actually just exchange account holders. Okay, so Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini. If the exchange fails, your strategy dies before it actually even starts. So the self-custody, collaborative, hybrid self-custody is something that you really want to pay attention to. And this is moving into cold storage or some kind of hybrid solution. And this protects your principal from any of that counterparty risk, which is what Bitcoin was designed for to begin with. So you can go 100% in self-custody, which I know freaks some of you guys out, or you can rely on services that allow you to hold 2 keys while they hold 1. So you've got a little bit of a safety net there. And a couple of examples of those are Unchained and Casa. I'll be doing more content around those in the future. So just type hybrid in the comments if you're interested in that. But a vault full of gold doesn't pay the mortgage, right? How do we make it productive without moving it back to the exchange? And that's where the yield layer comes in, which is what we're going to talk about next. So I cover these kind of strategies more in depth in my micro newsletter. It's basically just 3 sentences about 3 times a week aimed at millennials and Gen X trying to incorporate Bitcoin into their personal finances so they can reach financial independence in 10 years or less. All actionable stuff, no fluff. Type micro in the comments if you want access to that newsletter. So pillar 2 is the income vocabulary. This is like ETFs and preferred stocks like STRC. We'll talk a little bit about both of those. Diversification of instruments allows for immediate cash flow without touching your core stack, your core on-chain stack. So you can use instruments like BTCI, which is a covered call ETF, and STRC, which is a preferred stock, to traditional savings. But remember, yield usually comes with high risk. BTCI can have NAV erosion. STRC is a preferred stock, but it's not actually Bitcoin itself. So it's important to keep all of these things in mind as you're considering them. So using these as income generators to cover your daily life or reinvest, creating a buffer for your cold storage. So you can have, sort of this bifurcated stack, or trifurcated, as we'll kind of point out here in a minute. They use these strategies to, meaning BTCI and STRC, to generate a 10% plus yield without you ever having to hand over your native Bitcoin. So it's a balancing act. BTCI right now is paying out about 28% annual on an annualized basis. STRC is paying out monthly 11.5%. So these can be part of your 4 levels of liquidity. I've done a whole video about that. You really, as a Bitcoiner, as a somebody that's pursuing financial independence, retire early, and as a Bitcoin investor, you really want to be mindful of that. If you are interested in that video and you don't want to go look for it, just type 4 levels and I'll give you the link to it. But even with yield, you still might need a large lump sum at some point. So do you sell the winner? Do you sell your Bitcoin? Or your other cash cows like BTCI or STRC. It actually doesn't have to be either, which is what we're going to talk about next. And along the lines of getting more Bitcoin, into your overall strategy, I want to take a quick moment to introduce you guys to the sponsor of today's video, Horizon. Horizon helps you take your trapped fiat home equity to buy more delicious Bitcoin. I'll talk more about how that works at the end of the video. So pillar 3 is what we call this buy, borrow, die strategy safety zone. So I've talked a lot about buy, borrow, die on this channel. And so essentially when you get into the buy, borrow, die strategy, you want to establish kind of this safety zone. This is how the 1% stay wealthy. They never sell the assets that they buy, and instead they borrow against them under very certain particular circumstances, which is what we're going to talk about. But before you wade in, you have to define the safety zone for the buy, borrow, die strategy so you don't get margin called and you don't get your position liquidated. And there's a way to do this. And I know a lot of Bitcoiners are very against this sort of thing, but this, again, I think is part of the Bitcoin adulting strategy, is knowing how all of these things operate. And unfortunately, Bitcoin-backed loans sound like a trap because everybody thinks of, like, you know, the 2022 collapses, FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, and I get it. Those are and were very dangerous organizations and models, as you know, in hindsight, but there are ways to avoid all of that. So the safety zone is, number 1, never borrowing against more than 10 to 20% of your overall Bitcoin stack. So I work with my private clients all the time as they're moving into this phase and figuring out, like, okay, how much of my Bitcoin stack do I want to or need to borrow against in order to meet my annual income goals? You also want to look at the loan to value of, never more than 10 to 30%. But ideally 10 to 15% to survive an 80% drawdown. I don't think we're going to, in my opinion, of course, I don't think we're going to see an 80% drawdown. But you always, the safety zone, which is going to really help you sleep better at night, is to really prepare and sort of buttress your positions against these worst case scenarios. And then using a reputable over-collateralized lender or a non-custodial option with a strict safety margin turns your Bitcoin into basically a tax-free ATM. Now I want to address, we talk a lot about 0.21 Bitcoin, which is about $14,000, $15,000, maybe a little bit more than that today. And a lot of people say, well, I can't retire on $14,000, $15,000. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, if you've only been in Bitcoin for like the past 2 years, you got to give it 4 or 5 before you would ever consider having an appreciable enough income or stack to be able to retire off of. So you might want to consider, this is a huge thing, we talk about this a lot as well, the 2 phases of investing. So the vast majority of Bitcoin holders, especially if you've just gotten into the asset class in the last 2 years, you're in the capital growth phase. So this is where you're focusing on increasing your net worth by buying as much Bitcoin and or other assets as possible. You're trying to grow that nest egg number. You're harnessing Bitcoin's compound annual growth rate. Then once you reach your financial independence retire early number, let's say that's 500,000 or $1 million or 10 million, whatever it is, then you can basically pivot into this income generation phase where you're focused on using your asset pile to generate an income for you while preserving and continuing to grow your net worth. And you're using Bitcoin and possibly some other assets as your nuclear reactor for that. So when you're in the when you're in the capital growth phase, your portfolio allocation is going to look something like this. 5% in preservation, maybe that's bonds, maybe it's gold and silver, and then growth. It's all going to be like, on-chain Bitcoin, IBIT, FBTC, maybe some other growth stocks, ETFs, things of that nature. Then once you hit that, let's say $1 million is your escape valve, then you basically start to look at ways that you can put your assets into dividend yielding assets, Bitcoin-backed loans, and some of these other strategies for, in order to generate income. So this is kind of a big shift that a lot of people, even once they reach their financial independence number, they're not ready for it. So by the way, if you're getting value out of this, you're legally obligated to smash that like button. I really appreciate that. If you borrow, you eventually have to pay it back. And so where does that cash come from? That's a huge that's one of the biggest questions, frequently asked questions about the buy, borrow, die strategy. And, if you're looking at all this and you're still scratching your head about how all of it works, where are you along your journey? What should you do next? Or you just want a second set of eyeballs on your particular situation. I offer 30-minute calls. My rates are very, very reasonable. Link is in the video description below. And another option is you can show up to my weekly live stream on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern right now. We discuss all of these things. It's an opportunity also for you to ask specific specific questions that you have about this. So that is sort of in a nutshell the grown-up Bitcoiner strategy. And so if you're sort of pursuing this, you're moving from being a Bitcoin beginner to a serious #adulting Bitcoin strategist. The biggest risk now is not the price of Bitcoin. It's understanding when you get to the buy, borrow, die strategy, the loan process, and what a legitimate lender actually looks like, which is why you should watch my full vetting guide on the entire buy, borrow, die process. Click the link in the card above or in the description below, and I will see you there. Now, we all want to own more Bitcoin, but most of us aren't sitting on piles of idle cash. That's where Horizon comes in. Horizon lets homeowners convert a portion of their home equity into Bitcoin so they can diversify into an asset with stronger long-term growth potential. What makes Horizon stand out is its flexibility. There are no monthly payments, no interest charges, and no fixed term limit. You stay in your home, you stay in control. And the Bitcoin you buy is fully yours to hold in custody however you choose. This means no margin calls, no forced selling, and no scenario where Bitcoin volatility puts your home at risk. If you believe that Bitcoin will outperform your home's growth over the long term, Horizon gives you a way to act on it using capital you already have. Horizon has already helped hundreds of homeowners put their equity to work in Bitcoin, and they'd love to help you as well. Visit joinhorizon.com using this QR code or the link in the video description. You can see how it works and estimate how much Bitcoin you can unlock in just 90 seconds. Transform your home equity into Bitcoin today with Horizon.